Neil, that was a strange game in many ways.
No, it was not for me. It was actually natural course of events after midweek. It was a tiredness, mental fatigue and a physical fatigue the last 10 minutes, which is totally understandable. We had no time to prepare for this game at all, really. It's just basically about recovery from Wednesday. And, I'm not going to let the last 10 minutes detract away from what was, for the first 80, a really top performance. The first half we were fantastic, and it's the best we've played this season. And certainly the best we played after a midweek Champions League game. So, take my hat off to the players. It's a big, big win. And, with Inverness losing today, psychologically, gives everyone a big lift.
Timo Pukki proving he's worth again.
Did alright, yeah. I mean, the likes of Pukki, Borg there, beats on, for example, today we threw him in at the deep end. He only joined us on Tuesday. Played it, 5 minutes on Wednesday night, and there's no time to work with him really. So really pleased with his contribution today. You'll get used to the British game. They all have to adapt to it. It's different, and particularly when they see what happens in the last 10-15 minutes when teams, start having a real good go at it. Borg there as well, Baldy. They're all adapting and will adapt and will make us better as we go on.
Adam Matthews was making an impact in the first half. Is he not fit? Is that why he went on?
Yeah, he's, the energy and effort he put in first half was brilliant. I thought his quality was great and gave us a real dimension down the right hand side. A lot of our good play came from Adam. But unfortunately, he was really tight in the hamstring and took a sore one on the ankle, and we just, you couldn't push him anymore. He was really, really tired, as a few of them are now. So, whilst everyone thinks we have a big squad, we don't, and we've had a lot of heavy games already. I think we played 13, 14 games, and only 5 league games, so that in itself tells a story.
Does that performance and result show to you that the players have maybe learned from last season how to balance the Champions League?
Well, yeah, and I think, myself and my backroom staff are trying to, learn how to balance it as well. They're not easy, If the game had been tomorrow, then it would have given us a lot more time to prepare properly. But what we have to be wary of is injuries, and trying to combat injuries as well. Because when you've only a 2-day recovery from a Champions League game, there's a 40-50% chance of picking up more injuries than you would do with a 3-day recovery. So we're really looking at that as well.
You've got another game in midweek, of course. What are you going to do in terms of your squad?
Well, I'll try and use it, but it's a game that it's a competition I'd like to progress in. I'd like to keep the momentum going. Players are playing well, but there has to be, I have to try and strike a balance in terms of, resting players and giving other players a chance to play.
Were you a bit frustrated, Neil, that this wasn't completely out of their reach back in half time?
No, frustrated. No, we were playing well. There was a flow to us, and we were creating good chances. And I can't fault the players, particularly for the first 70, 80. Stokesy's got one off the line. He's flashed the shot wide second half. We look, half decent on the counter attack at times as well. But obviously at 2-0, it's always a funny scoreline. St Johnstone get one, then it's all hands to the pump, as it were. But like I said at the start, I'm not going to let the last 10 minutes affect what was a very good performance for me. And that was just a natural course, a subconscious way the game goes sometimes.
Is there a case where if you're playing Champions League games on Wednesday nights like you are, is there a case for kind of asking for games to be moved back to the Sundays the way that, or was it just then roll on it the next week as a whole?
I don't know how, who I would need to, I would love it, yeah, but do we gain an advantage from that? Probably yes, so I suppose there has to be a fairness to the other teams in the league as well.
Was you happy with Wednesday when you had the post in the last couple of seconds?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. The ball's bouncing around. We looked leggy towards the end. We were just not getting there and getting blocks properly. So yeah, like I said, I don't want to emphasise or talk too much about those incidents. I think we deserved a bit of luck today for the way we played for the first three quarters or whatever it was of the game.
I should have a penalty as well, did you?
No, it wasn't a penalty. No, it's rubbish. Stephen has a tendency to go down easy at times.